sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Eliza. You're going to have to give me a phonetic spelling so I can say it correctly. But basically, you're asking that you need to use the blur effect. I understand this was just a typo. Blur effect, the square blur. And I believe that's the mosaic. The default size is 2. I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe it's not mosaic. So you can perhaps specify which it is. But you need to have it to be larger every time. Is there a way to change that to the default? And then have your own effect with a higher blur. So let's take a look at that from two perspectives. Option 1, if you meant to say, how could I use the blur effect? I assume you're using the mosaic. That was the only one I could find. And you apply it to a screen here, and you want it to be larger for whatever size. I don't know, whatever you want. But anyway, if you wanted to just use it within the current project, all you would do is you would right-click on the clip, and you would go into Filters, Effects and Filters, and you do Copy, and then you would simply select all the others, and then you would go into Effects and Paste. And now you have exactly the same filter in the same location every time. So that's option 1. You're just trying to use it within one project, but you're using it multiple times. And it could be that you're not even using it on every single picture. You're only using it on every other picture or whatever. You can just simply select the pictures where you want it to appear and where you don't want it to appear. So that's one way to only have to size it one time within a project. But maybe what you meant to say is, how can I store it permanently for multiple? So we'll just go in here. Multiple projects is what I meant to say. And so we deleted them. Okay. So in this case, we don't really need all these other pictures. We just need one. And we're not going to stir the blur effect on. We still got it right here, but we're not storing it on the picture. We're storing it above the picture. And perhaps you want to do it, a couple of layers up. I don't know. But anyway, whatever layer that you're used to using it, that's where you would do it. So in this case, you would enlarge it to the size. And again, I'm a little bit mystified because you gave a numerical value as to how big it is. So I'm sure I'm using the wrong effect. And so I'm just going to assume that you're using the mosaic, and I don't know about the style, the size, or whatever. So I'm going to delete this. I have now sized the blur effect to the size that I want, and I'm going to delete it, make sure it's the only thing that's on the timeline. And I'm going to go up to Templates, and I'm going to Mine, and I'm going to go into Custom, and I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I can right click on it and I can rename it, and I will say My Blur Effect. Okay, that's probably a little excessive. Anyway, so there it is. So now I'll get rid of it. And what we're talking about is being able to use that same size for every single project that we're going to use. So let's just delete this. Okay, and let's, in this case, let's say we're going to start a new project. And we won't even save. We'll just start a new project. And now I gotta go get some of those photos again. Okay, got these. We open them up, and we go ahead and put them on the timeline. And now we want to use our mosaic. So we're here, and we go to Templates, Mine, Custom, and there's my blur effect that I created in the previous project, and I saved it. You can drag it down. You can place it wherever you want, and there you have that size blur. And you can drag it down again and place it there, and now that's great. I moved move that. I meant to move the playhead. And so anyway, that's the way that you can size it and reuse it. In this case, of course, you're not applying it to the picture directly, but you're applying it to the track above where you want it to be. If you try to put it on there, then of course you'll lose the picture that you're placing it on. So, well, that's because I have that magnetic line above it. But the point is, you can't put it on the picture, but you can put it above it, and you get the same effect. And so you could use that every time. I don't know if that's easier, if that's what you intended to do or not.